Well, hello, and what a wonderful Wednesday it is, especially because you're right here with me, Mr. Eric, here for another story. And we've got one. This one is by Andrew Larsen, and it's in fact a squiggly story. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy a squiggly story right here on Mr. Eric Reads. My sister loves to read. Big words and little words, page after page, word after word. And my sister loves to write. Big words and little words, page after page, word after word. Sometimes I pretend that I can write too. Big letters and little letters, swirl after swirl, squiggle after squiggle. What are you doing? I asked one day while we're sitting at the kitchen table. My sister says, I'm writing a story. I thought, I wish I could write a story. You can. It's easy. But how? I know my letters, but I don't know many words. Well, just write what you know. Every story starts with a single word, and every word starts with a single letter. Why don't you start there? Start with a letter. So I get my crayons and pencils and a pad of paper and I start to write. I start with a single letter. In fact, it's an easy letter. It's the letter I. That's me. My sister says, that's a good beginning. Now what? What's going to happen? So I think, how should I know? And she says, it's your story. You're the boss. I what? I'm stuck. What happens in my story? So I draw a circle. It's a soccer ball. And then I write another letter. It's a U. It's you, I say to my sister. I'm playing soccer with you. My sister says, great. So where are we playing soccer? Maybe we're playing on a beach, I suggest. I mean, we have never played soccer on a beach. So I do a bunch of dots for the sand on the beach. And then I make a bunch of V's. Big V's and little V's, wave after wave in the ocean. Okay, now what? Says my sister. What do you mean? My sister says, well, you have a beginning, now we're in the middle of the story. Something else has to happen so we can get to the end. Oh no, I'm stuck again. So I start doodling, and I doodle another V. But this time, I doodled the V upside down. Oh no! Then my sister says, it's a shark! It's getting closer and closer. So I flip the page to get away from the shark. The next day, I bring my story to school. It's my turn for show and tell, and that means I get to sit in Miss Singh's chair. Everyone else sits on the carpet, and they're ready to listen. So I said, last night, I started to write a story, and it's sort of squiggly, but here it goes. Once upon a time, there was a brother and a sister that loved to play soccer. And one day they had an idea that they decided to play soccer on the beach. So they went to the beach and played soccer. Then they noticed something coming toward them in the water. It was a shark, a real life shark. It was getting closer and closer, and it was getting bigger and bigger. And that's as far as I got. Well, that is wonderful, says Miss Singh. Well, what happens next? What about the shark? What about the brother and the sister? She asks. I don't know. I'm stuck. Class, does anyone have any ideas? Jake waves his hand in the air. I do. Maybe one of them kicks the ball and it hits the shark in the head, and then maybe the shark bites the ball with its big, pointy shark teeth. Aaliyah also offers an idea.
What if the shark is, its name is Squiggles? And what if Squiggles is a vampire shark? And what if she invites the brother and the sister to ride on her back? And what if they become a vampire family and they live forever?
Vampires can't swim. Everyone knows that, I say.
But, well, of course they can swim. Vampires can do everything,
Aaliyah says back. Yeah, but it's my story, and I don't want vampires in my story.
Well, if I'm writing a story, I'd have lots of vampires.
Well, then you should write one, I say.
But I like yours,
Aaliyah says. That night after dinner, I sit down beside my sister and her face is buried in a book. So I've been thinking about my story all day and I still don't know how to end it. Well, remember that you're the author, she says without looking up. You can do whatever you want. So I get my pencil and I start with a bunch of stars. And then I add a few exclamation marks. My sister told me exclamation marks make everything exciting. So she's right, this is exciting. And then I lay down a couple of slanty lines. What's going on? Asked my sister, looking up from her book. Well, it's nighttime, I say, and the stars are out and the shark has gone away, and we decided to take a walk on the beach. And that's when we discovered the giant rocket ship. My sister says, that sounds cool. Then what happens? We hear a voice counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off, my sister says. No, not yet, I say, adding one more squiggle. Just before the rocket ship blasts off, we spy a Martian looking out of the window. The Martian invites us to climb on board. Well, that's a great ending, my sister says. Now I have an idea for my next story. It's going to be about a boy who climbs aboard a rocket ship and takes a trip to Mars. And I think I know just how to begin it. The end. And that, my young readers and future leaders, is a Squiggly Story by Andrew Larsen about how important it is to use this right here to be as creative as you can be, to practice, to try. And I hope you enjoyed that story. I would also be interested to find out about a kid who gets invited on a rocket ship by an alien and see what happens with that. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed that story. Hope your Wednesday has been great. Please get some good rest. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. And please practice kindness in everything that you do today, tomorrow, and always. Until tomorrow, Mr. Eric signing off.